Shri Ganapati Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 40 in Uttara Kanda, in which we will going to listen to the story of Hanuman's childhood. Then Rama made a further enquiry of that sage Agasthya, whose hermitage was in the southern region, and paying obeisance to him in great reverence, with joined palms, addressed him in pregnant terms, saying, assuredly, the prowess of Vali and Ravana was incomparable, yet, to my mind at least, it was never equal to Hanuman's. Courage, skill, strength, tenacity of purpose, sagacity, experience, energy, and prowess are all to be found in Hanuman. When beholding the ocean, the army of the monkeys was in despair. That long armed hero consoled them, traversing 100 leagues and destroying the city of Lanka. Entering Ravana's inner apartments, he discovered Sita and encouraged her by his words. Single handed, Hanuman slew those who marched at the head of the enemy forces. The sons of Ravana's ministers, the Kinkaras, and thereafter, when he had broken his fetters and admonished the Shanana, he reduced Lanka to ashes as Pavaka the world. Such feats were never surpassed by Indra, Varuna, Vishnu, or Kubera. By the might of his arms, I have conquered Lanka and regained Sita, Lakshmana, my kingdom, friends and kinsfolk. But who but Hanuman, the companion of the king of the Vanaras, would have been capable of obtaining tidings of Janaki? But how comes it that in his devotion to Sugriva he did not consume Vali at the time of the quarrel as a fire a shrub? It seems to me that Hanuman was not yet aware of his powers when he witnessed the king of the monkeys, whom he loved as his own being, set at naught. Recount to me in detail and candidly everything concerning Hanuman, O blessed and illustrious ascetic, O you whom the gods revere. Hearing these sagacious words, the sage in Hanuman's presence answered, what you have said regarding Hanuman is true. O Prince of the Raghus, I deem none is equal to him in strength or surpass him in swiftness and intelligence, but formerly an irrevocable curse was pronounced on him by the sages, on account of which that hero was made unconscious of his great power, O scourge of your enemies. In his childhood, O mighty Rama, he did something of which I cannot speak. So puerile was it. But if you so desire, O Raghava, I will disclose it to you. There is a mountain named Sumeru that Surya gilds as a boon. There, Kesari, the father of Hanuman, dwells. Vayu begot a wonderful child on this cherished and illustrious consort Anjana, and she brought that son, whose color was like unto an ear of corn, into the world. Wishing to pluck some fruits, that lovely woman penetrated into the thicket, and the child, who in his mother's absence suffered greatly from hunger, began to emit piercing cries like unto Kartikeya in the Shara wood. At that moment he observed the sun rising like unto a bunch of java flowers, and eager for food, he imagined it to be a fruit and rushed towards it. Turning to the rising sun, the child himself, like unto the dawn, wishing to lay hold of it, sprang into the sky, and Hanuman's bounds, he being but a child, greatly astonished the Devas, Danavas, and Yakshas, who reflected neither Vayu, nor Garuda, nor even thought itself have the velocity of the son of the wind who has leaped into the sky. If while still a child the speed of this flight is such, what will it not be when he attains his youthful strength? Now Vayu followed in his son's wake, lest the sun should scorch him, and protected him with his cooling breath. Thus Hanuman, rising in space, traversed thousands of leagues, and on account of his father's power and his own girlness, drew near to the sun. That little one is not conscious of his error, reflected Surya. We must act accordingly, and he refrained from consuming him. Now, on that very day, that Hanuman sprang into the sky to seize hold of the solar orb, Rahu had prepared to take hold of it himself, and coming in contact with the child in the sun's chariot, Rahu sprang away in fear, he the scourge of the sun and moon. Provoked, that son of Simhika went to Indra's abode, and scowling said to that god who was surrounded by the celestial host, O Vasava, in order to satisfy my hunger, you did bestow the sun and moon on me. Why have you made a present of them to another? O slayer of Vali and O slayer of Bali and Vritra, today, which is the time of the conjunction, I had gone to lay hold of the sun when another Rahu approached and seized it. Hearing these words of Rahu, Vasava, astonished, rose up from his throne and bearing his golden diadem went out. Thereafter he mounted Airavata, foremost of elephants, who was as high as a hill or the peak of Mount Kailasha, with his four tusks running with mother juice, enormous, richly caparisoned, and whose golden bells rang merrily. Then Indra commanded Rahu to precede him and directed his course to where Surya and Hanuman were. Thereupon Rahu set out with all speed, leaving Vasava far behind, and the child Hanuman beheld him as he drew near. There whereupon he let go of the sun, and taking Rahu to be afloat, once more bounded into the sky to seize Simhika's son. Observing that Plavangama losing his hold on the sun in order to throw himself upon him, the offspring of Simhika, of whom the head alone remained visible, taking refuge under Indra's protection in his terror, cried out, Indra, Indra, without ceasing the Indra recognizing the voice of Rahu. Forever he was able to discern him, answered his appeal, saying, have no fear, I am about to slay him. Meantime, beholding Airavata, Maruti reflected, Oh, the lovely fruit, and threw himself on that lord of elephants. And while he sought to take hold of Airavata, his form fearful to behold suddenly appeared over Indra and his followers. Thereafter, as he rushed to shut his consort Indra, not unduly angered, with his finger loosed a thunderbolt that struck Hanuman, and at the impact the child fell on a mountain, in his fall breaking his left jaw. Seeing his son lying inanimate under the stroke of the thunderbolt, Pavana was enraged against Indra, and the god Maruta, who penetrates and infuses all beings, withdrew into a cave to which he bore his child. Thereafter, as Vasava restrains the floods, he caused immense sufferings to all beings by preventing the passage of excreta and urine in them. On account of Vayu's wrath, all creatures on every side were deprived of their breath, so that their joints were dislocated and they become as blocks of wood. All sacred studies the holy syllable Vashat, religious ceremonies and duties being suspended by Vayu's displeasure, the three world became a hell. Then all creatures with the Gandharvas, Devas, Asuras, and men in their affliction and the desire to become happy once more, hurried to Prajapati, and the gods, their bellies swollen with joined palms, said to him, "You have created four kinds of beings, O blessed one. You are their protector. You have given us Pavana as the Lord of our lives. Why, nevertheless, has he who had become the ruler of the vital breaths now brought about this misfortune in the manner of a woman in the inner apartments?" Hearing these words of all the beings, Prajapati, who was their protector, said to them, "It is true," and added, "Learn the reason which incited Vayu to anger and has caused his impediment. O beings, this I have proved for myself. The foremost of the gods this day caused his son to fall at Rahu's instigation, whereupon that god of the wind became enraged, and Vayu, though bodiless, circulates in every body. O body, a body bereft of Vayu is like a piece of wood. Vayu is the vital breath. Vayu is the felicity itself. Vayu is the universe. Without Vayu, the whole world cannot be happy. Now that the universe is bereft of Vayu, it is deprived of life. All creatures without breath are as boards. For not having honored the son of Aditi, we must seek out Maruta, the author of our ills, lest we perish. Thereupon, accompanied by all beings, Prajapati, with the Devas, Gandharvas, serpents, and Gukshakas, approached Maruta in the place to which he had borne his son, whom the king of the gods had struck down. Meanwhile, perceiving the offspring of Sadgati, radiant as the sun, fire, or gold, in that dark cave, they where he had been withdrawn, the four-faced god was moved with compassion, as also the Devas, Gandharvas, Rishis, Yakshas, and Rakshasas. Thus come to the end chapter 40 of Yuddhakanda, chapter 40 of Uttarakanda in Ramayana. Namaste Sharade Devi Kashmira Puravasini Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam Vidya Danancha Dehime. Namaskara. Goodbye.